Welcome back to In History. Alexander the Great, one of the most legendary military leaders in history. By the age of 30, he had built the largest empire the ancient world had ever seen. But how? What was the secret behind his unstoppable march across continents? In this video, we'll dive deep into the brilliant strategies and tactics that Alexander used to conquer the known world, uncovering the genius behind his military campaigns. Get ready to learn how one man changed history forever. To understand Alexander's strategies, we first need to look at his early life and training. Born in 356 BCE to King Philip II of Macedon and Queen Olympias, Alexander grew up in a world of war and politics. His father, Philip, was a brilliant military leader in his own right, and transformed Macedonia into a powerful kingdom with a professional army. From an early age, Alexander was exposed to warfare, but it wasn't just physical training that shaped him. His father hired one of the greatest minds in history to tutor him, Aristotle. Under Aristotle's guidance, Alexander studied philosophy, politics, ethics, and military history. This blend of intellectual and physical training gave Alexander a deep understanding of both strategy and the human psyche, which would later become key to his military success. When Philip II was assassinated in 336 BCE, a 20-year-old Alexander ascended to the throne. It was time for him to put his education and training to the ultimate test. Before conquering the Persian Empire, Alexander had already proved his prowess on the battlefield. At just 18, he played a crucial role in the Battle of Chaeronea, where his tactical brilliance helped crush the combined forces of Athens and Thebes, solidifying Macedonian dominance over Greece. This victory marked the beginning of his reputation as an unstoppable commander. After his father's death, Alexander swiftly secured his hold on Greece by suppressing revolts and ensuring loyalty among the Greek city-states. With Greece under control, Alexander set his sights on the ultimate prize, the Persian Empire. Alexander's invasion of Persia in 334 BCE was not just a bold move, it was a meticulously planned campaign designed to exploit Persia's weaknesses. The Persian Empire, though vast, was fragmented and relied heavily on local satraps, or governors, to manage its regions. Alexander's strategy was to strike fast, hard, and with precision. The first major battle took place at the River Granicus. Facing a superior Persian force, Alexander used a combination of shock tactics and psychological warfare. He led a daring cavalry charge directly into the heart of the Persian army, catching them off guard. This battle showcased one of his core strategies, using speed and surprise to overwhelm larger, slower enemies. His victory at Granicus sent a message to the world. Alexander was a force to be reckoned with. Next came the Battle of Issus in 333 BCE. Where Alexander faced the Persian king Darius III for the first time. Outnumbered once again, Alexander used the terrain to his advantage, positioning his forces in a narrow pass that neutralized Darius's numerical superiority. But Alexander's real genius lay in his psychological tactics. During the battle, he targeted Darius directly, forcing the Persian king to flee. The sight of their king abandoning the battlefield caused the Persian troops to lose morale, leading to a crushing defeat. This tactic, attacking the enemy's leader, would become one of Alexander's signature moves, demoralizing his opponents and breaking their will to fight. While Alexander excelled in open-field battles, he was also a master of siege warfare. The Siege of Tyre in 332 BCE is a prime example. The city of Tyre was an island fortress with powerful naval defenses. Rather than attack head-on, Alexander spent 7 months building a causeway to breach the island and launched a combined naval and land assault. Alexander's persistence and engineering skill led to Tyre's fall, demonstrating his ability to adapt and innovate on the battlefield. The final showdown between Alexander and Darius came at the Battle of Gaugamela in 331 BCE. Once again, Alexander faced overwhelming odds, but this time Darius had learned from his mistakes and chose an open battlefield, hoping to use his superior numbers and chariots to overwhelm the Macedonians. Alexander's solution: precision. He created a gap in the Persian line, leading a lightning-fast cavalry charge that broke through and headed straight for Darius. Darius fled once more, and with his army in disarray, Alexander claimed a decisive victory. This battle solidified his control over Persia and marked the collapse of one of the world's greatest empires. So, what was Alexander's secret to conquering the world? While his military genius was undeniable, the true secret lay in his strategic flexibility. Unlike many generals of his time, Alexander adapted his tactics to every situation. He combined speed, psychological warfare, and innovative use of terrain and engineering to outmaneuver and outthink his enemies. He was never rigid in his approach. Whether it was facing overwhelming numbers, sieging an impregnable city, or navigating difficult terrain, Alexander always found a way to turn the situation to his advantage. He understood that war wasn't just about brute force, it was about strategy, timing, and knowing when to press an advantage. Alexander also knew the importance of integrating conquered peoples into his empire. Rather than simply subjugating them, he often adopted their customs, married local women, and encouraged his men to do the same. This helped create loyalty among his new subjects and stabilized his empire. Though Alexander's empire would fracture after his death, his strategies have left a lasting legacy in the annals of military history. His tactics are still studied in military academies today, and his ability to inspire loyalty among his troops and adapt to changing circumstances remains a blueprint for successful leadership. Alexander's blend of daring, adaptability, and psychological warfare made him one of history's most effective conquerors, and his empire set the stage for the spread of Hellenistic culture across the ancient world. Alexander the Great's secret strategy wasn't just about brute force. It was about thinking outside the box, using every resource at his disposal, and understanding the psychology of his enemies. His genius lay in his ability to adapt, innovate, and inspire those around him to achieve the impossible. Thank you for joining me on this journey into history's greatest mysteries. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below on what ancient mystery you'd like us to explore next. Until next time, keep seeking knowledge. See you next time on In History.